Greetings shippers, welcome back, and I don't know about you, but I'm excited for 2018. I'm looking forward to a whole new year of vids and all the new ships and fandom happenings that I'm sure are going to happen this year. There's going to be good stuff, there's going to be bad stuff, there's going to be everything, and I'm excited for all of it and to talk about it with you guys. This year, I'm really hoping to be able to get out even more content. Working on this channel has actually only made me even more into fandom. As I like to say, there are indeed as many ships out there as there are stars in the sky, and we have only scratched the surface. Some videos happening 100% this year include Nigmobblepot, Supercorp, Destiel Most Shippable Moments Season 8, and the long-anticipated Carry On review / discussion. I'm also planning on doing a lot more moments in fandom history and headcanon theater, because I just find those videos so fascinating. I mean, I find every video fascinating, but we really need more of those on this channel. Also, more Femslash, because the world needs more Femslash. Heck, the world just needs more ships in general. I know non-shippers will definitely not agree with that statement. I particularly like doing the moments in fandom history and the headcanon theaters because if you're not in multiple fandoms at the same time, you don't have your nose to the ground when it comes to certain social media or certain sites, then it's easy for some things to fly under the radar. Also, I just sometimes want to do some more personable videos, like sometimes talking about my most favorite shippable eps of stuff. Like, you need to know why I love the episode where Emma and Hook go on their first date, and it is not because they go on their first date. It has nothing to do with that at all. Now, I originally started coming on camera just to save on editing time, and that has definitely happened. I'm very glad, but something else happened. I actually found that I really enjoy being able to get more personal with you guys. This kind of interaction has really strengthened the sense of community that we already had, and that makes me really happy because that is my favorite thing about this channel. I've always wanted this to be a place where people can come chat about their ships and their fandom thoughts, whether they like or dislike something, and that is very much what has happened for the most part. Yeah, of course, sometimes things get a bit head up down there in the comments, but for the most part, people are very polite and the discourse and the discussions remain very cordial. I'm impressed and I love it. It's a great reminder that despite everything, we can all be fans together. Which brings me to Fanversations, which I'm very much loving and looking forward to continuing. However, I feel like when I first described it, I did so like a little kid describes their favorite movie, meaning with a lot of enthusiasm, but maybe not with as much detail as was required. So let's try again, this time more accurately. Fanversations is a series where I talk to a variety of people, fellow YouTubers, friends, and viewers. I started it for several reasons. One, in my Know Your Ship videos and fandom moments and everything else, we're always talking about all these various different viewpoints and the people who hold them and how they're all valid. So I thought it would be fun to have discussions with the various people who hold all these various viewpoints and really get into them. An expansion, as it were, of the things we're already talking about. Two, I just really enjoy talking to you guys. Going through the comments is one of my favorite things, and seeing what you guys are discussing and hopping in where I can, when I can, I just love it, and this seemed like a great way to keep that kind of conversation going and to foster more of those discussions. And three is, I think, the biggest reason for me personally. I've seen this one particular comment float around a couple of times from a variety of different people, and that comment is, I just don't have anybody to talk about fandom with. I don't have any friends who are into fandom, my family isn't into it, people don't get it, I'm just by myself. And I can really relate to that. When I first got into fandom, that was very much my experience. There weren't people around me who were into it, nobody watched any anime, nobody did any shipping. If I was lucky, maybe they'd read the same book as me or watched the same movie, and that was it. Pretty much the only people I had to talk to about shipping was my mom and dad, and thankfully they were down for that. But I know a lot of people don't have that, so I wanted to create a space where it could feel like just friends talking about fandom. And I wanted it to feel that way for everybody, whether you're chatting or just listening. It's always great to feel that there's a space where people feel just as passionately about something as you do, whether they agree or not. Just to be in a space where people are caring about fandom and talking about it can be really fun. It's always something I've really enjoyed, and I wanted to pass that experience on in a more direct way than my other videos do. Now, of course, with this series there are rules. It's not a free-for-all or anything. If someone films a video with me and they end up hating it, they don't like how they came across, they just aren't interested anymore, of course I won't post it. That's absolutely fine. I won't post it. We had a conversation. It can just stay between us and the world will never know. And the same goes for me. If I end up editing a Fanversation and it's just not coming across well, it's not matching with the intentions for the channel, then I won't post it either, which of course I'll let the person know. thankfully that hasn't happened yet. Everything has been super awesome, actually. So basically, Fanversations is a fun space for fans, but that doesn't mean it's a safe space. People aren't always going to agree, and that's absolutely fine. The point is to have these in-depth discussions. Now, they're also going to be different. Some are going to be analytical, some are very fangirly. They vary just as much as the fans themselves, which is something else I love, because these videos are also a chance for me to share a bit more of my personality with you guys than I get to do in the other videos, where the focus is very much on being non-biased, so that it can be an entry point for both beginners and people who are just maybe not familiar with a ship or want to know more about other sides. But even with these, of course, we want to keep it as fair and balanced as possible. But of course, sometimes we can fangirl out. There's always time to fangirl out. So with all of that said, I can't say long story short, because it definitely was not. Where are Fanversations going? I'm not sure. Personally, I hope they go on for a long time, but maybe they might just peter out. Either way, I'm really glad I'm doing them. Something I am sure of the direction of is Patreon. Firstly, I have to give such a big thank you to those of you who are supporting me on there in that way. It is super, super helpful. I appreciate all of the support and kindness you guys have shown me there, and the suggestions and the votes. They are very amazing. Those votes really help get certain ships that I never thought we'd get to talk about, or at least not for a long time. They get them to happen way sooner. Who would have thought we'd be talking about Spidey Torch? That is awesome. So for 2018, I'm going to be way more active on there. Starting this month, I'm going to be doing a monthly patrons only live stream. This month it's a Q&A, but it's going to vary what it is from month to month. People have already started leaving questions too. I'm very excited. There are some interesting questions there. I've also tweaked the reward structure a little bit, but in a good way. There's more of them. I'll give you a hint, or rather I'll just tell you. Early access. Also, what I'm most excited about, and you should get excited too, the monthly video that we vote on is actually going to be on time, starting from this month. I know, right? This month being January, not December. I know Kigo's already late. I'm working on it. It's coming. Raylo happened. I'm working on a few more things to add on there, and of course, once that's done, you'll be the first to know. Above all, I want to thank everybody, all of my viewers, for joining me on this shipping journey. And you guys have done more than just join. You've made it a super fun time. It's amazing, all the theories, ships, just it's great. I never thought I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen a lot. Trust me, once you get me started, I can't stop talking. This channel has just been a wonderful experience, and it keeps getting better, and I hope you guys feel the same way, and there is so much more to come. So much, you don't even know. So please stay tuned, for there is many ships out there as there are stars in the sky. Thank you so much, and as always, keep shipping, and let's get to that outro. Next video is Kigo. Get excited. This has been Shipper's Guide to the Galaxy. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Special thanks to all my patrons, names on the sides. Follow me on social media to stay up to date, and as always, stay tuned, for there are as many ships out there as there are stars in the sky.